And so the book is about societal paths from the start of the industrial revolution, some of the setups that we went through, from things like the education system, societal setups. So my take is that burnout doesn't happen because of a job. There are macro reasons why this is happening, because that's a common experience for a lot of us. So, I'd like to unpack a little bit about, you talked about your past in India. Can we talk a little bit about what it was like to grow up in Delhi, some of the societal challenges that you kind of talked about, how society might have forced you down a path. So, it'd be interesting to just, for the viewers to hear a little bit about your family and early context of your life.
Sure. So one, I would start by saying I was very lucky that I was born in an economically upper middle class in Delhi.
Especially in India. I relate to that too.
Yeah. So, my parents provided me one of the best educations. They put me in one of the best schools in Delhi. So, really appreciate them for that. But I think when it comes down to kind of, trying to figure out a future and a career, I felt there was that implicit, I won't even say implicit, it was very much an explicit expectation that, either you need, as is very typical in India, either you need to be a doctor or an engineer.
Yeah.
So, and just like right when you enter high school, I was like, definitely not going to become a doctor. I was very much interested in pursuing the economics or something along the...
I had to fight that fight.
Yeah. So, but I think my father especially was wanted me to follow his footsteps into engineering.
My father too.
Yeah. And something which I very soon realized I was not good at. Even in high school, I was like, it was just too difficult for me to kind of get through the sciences.
Yeah.
And it so came like when I started applying for undergrads, I was kind of focusing on economics, but it just ended up like, I think things came to a things like heads butted at the point, and I think he kind of laid down the laws to say like it's either engineering or you can get out of the house. so I think
very Bollywood scene.
Yes, I actually felt, I'm like, oh, is this a TV soap opera? I felt the camera come to me thrice. But anyway, but at that point I didn't know how the world works or whatever. I was just a kid, so I'm like, my dad has seen the world, and he knows much better, so let's follow that. And I think so. As soon as I got into engineering, I kind of started falling down the hole. I think I was always like amongst the top 5 students in my class, and like 90% whatever. So I thought I was academically fairly inclined, but in engineering, I just went first. I went middle of the pack, and towards second and third year, boom, right. I was basically like 5 point someone in when to date, I think my biggest achievement has been to finish my engineering in 4 years, because I was very sure I was gonna miss a year and be fifth year. I'm like, it wasn't about getting into banking or B school or whatever. The biggest achievement was finishing engineering in 4 years, and I think at that point is when I started having some trust issues with my father at that point. Yeah.